Every emotion you feel becomes a wave, sending signals to the universe.
And the universe has never once ignored your signal. The problem is, you didn't know what signal you've been sending all this time. Today, you will learn how to change that signal. If you truly understand this one thing, the direction of your life will completely change. Over the past 15 years, I've met thousands of people, successful people, unsuccessful people, happy people, unhappy people, and I discovered one common pattern. The difference between successful people and those who wasn't talent, education, or luck. Just one thing: what emotional state are they living in? Interestingly, I wasn't the only one to discover this. Throughout human history, philosophers, scientists, saints, and even entrepreneurs who built immense wealth, from different eras, countries, and languages, they all spoke of the same truth. What is it? You naturally ask. That one sentence can be summarized like this: everything in the world is energy, and that energy constantly changes form, according to your thoughts and emotional state. Therefore, change your emotions, and your life changes. Does it sound like an exaggeration? But this isn't just motivational talk, it's where philosophy, religion, psychology, and modern physics converge. 2,400 years ago, Kant said, "The mind constructs the world." 2,600 years ago, Lao Tzu said, "A harmonious mind changes the world." 2,500 years ago, Buddha taught, "Everything is created by the mind." 2,000 years ago, Jesus declared, "According to your faith, it will be done." Different words, but all describing the same phenomenon in different languages. And remarkably, 21st century science is proving they were right. Niels Bohr, the father of quantum physics, said, "The observer's consciousness determines the state of the particle." MIT physicists confirmed through experiments, whether an electron is a particle or wave depends on how we observe it. In other words, your consciousness creates reality. Many find this hard to believe. I did too, at first, but those who deeply understand and apply this principle share a common story. Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps repeated perfect races in his mind thousands of times every night before sleep. His coach says he had already won thousands of times before the actual race. Jeff Bezos of Amazon says, "I always feel the successful future me first, and I act from that emotion." Oprah Winfrey, during her poverty-stricken days, affirmed daily, "I am someone who inspires millions," and she genuinely felt that emotion. World-class athletes, entrepreneurs who built massive companies, and ordinary office workers, parents, and students alike, after understanding this principle, I felt my life's flow change not in years, but in weeks. These people weren't born with special genes or superpowers. They simply learned how the universe responds, and that method is something you, listening to this audiobook right now, can fully understand and use. I too experienced this law not with my head, but with my body. 10 years ago, I was drowning in debt, my relationships were shattered, and my health was collapsing. Then I stumbled upon this principle and, half believing, started a 30-day experiment. The result completely transformed my life. So today in this audiobook, I will share that essence in a very simple way. It's simpler than you think, anyone can follow it, and it only requires a few minutes a day. And if you try what you hear today not as belief but as an experiment for just 30 days, regardless of age, you can experience gradually changing your reality like a child. Because the emotional state you carry is your vibration, and that vibration attracts your reality. The world is quietly but precisely responding to your emotional signals. These 40 minutes today could become an unforgettable turning point in your life. Now, let's slowly begin. This is the first chapter to change your life frequency. Chapter 1. Everything is energy, the invisible truth. The chair you're leaning on, the phone in your hand, and you yourself listening to this voice. We live perceiving all of this as solid matter. But this is an illusion. The basic law of physics, the law of conservation of energy, says energy is neither created nor destroyed. It only changes form. This law was established in the 1840s by German physicists Julius von Meyer and Hermann von Helmholtz, and for over 150 years, it has never been broken. It's an iron rule of the universe. This means everything in the world is essentially the same energy. Let's take your body as an example. Your body consists of approximately 37 trillion cells. Each cell is made of billions of molecules, and each molecule is made of atoms. So what are atoms made of? Nuclei and electrons, and the nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, which in turn are made of particles called quarks. Here's one astonishing fact. If you magnified a single atom to the size of a football stadium, the nucleus would be just the size of a golf ball in the center. The rest is completely empty space. In other words, 99.9999999% of your body is empty space. Then why does it feel solid? Good question. Think of a fan blade. When it spins slowly, you see each blade. But when spinning very fast, we perceive it as one round disc. There are clearly gaps, but to our eyes, it appears as a solid disc. The same principle applies. Electrons inside atoms move at speeds close to the speed of light, and that rapid vibration creates the sensation of solidity for us. Our bodies, objects, air, walls, even this sound, all vibrate this way, only appearing to have form. So this scene we call reality is one giant hologram created by energy waves. This isn't a metaphor. In 2015, physicists at the University of London discovered mathematical evidence that our universe might actually be a three-dimensional hologram. If this feels difficult, think of a radio. Tune to 101.1 and one music plays. Turn to another number and a completely new channel appears. You only turned a dial, but the reality you hear is completely different. Importantly, all those channels always existed in space. Only what you hear changes depending on which frequency you tune to. Our thoughts and emotions work exactly the same way. Your thoughts and emotions are frequencies. What thoughts you repeat, what emotions you primarily feel throughout the day, determines the quality of the wave you emit. When you feel love, gratitude, peace, joy, and passion, your frequency becomes gentle and high. Scientifically measured, it's in the range of 500 to 1000 Hz. Conversely, when gripped by anger, fear, shame, hatred, or jealousy, your frequency becomes heavy and low. It drops to the range of 20 to 150 Hz. And the universe follows a very simple principle: similar waves attract similar waves. This is the core of what the law of attraction tries to say. Many people misunderstand the law of attraction. They think it's magic, just think it and it happens. No. The law of attraction is simply physics' principle of resonance. Remember from music class? When you strike one tuning fork, another tuning fork tuned to the same frequency starts vibrating automatically. This is called resonance. Your emotions work the same way. If you continuously broadcast anxiety's wavelength, events and people that amplify anxiety naturally enter your life, because they're also vibrating at the same frequency. Conversely, if you consistently emit gratitude and trust vibration, things to be grateful for and situations you can relax in gradually but clearly increase. This isn't superstition or religious comfort. It's not shallow talk like just think positively. It's applying the physical phenomenon of energy vibrations attracting energy to human life. You've probably experienced this. On days you feel especially good, even walking down the street, people's expressions seem warmer, and you naturally say I'm lucky about things you'd normally overlook. Traffic lights turn green at the right moment. The item you need is on sale, and an old friend you haven't heard from calls unexpectedly. Just coincidence, you might think, but is it really coincidence? Conversely, on days your heart sinks, even a small word hurts, and everything feels like it's testing you. All lights are red, the item you need is sold out, and unexpected expenses suddenly arise. What changed wasn't the world, but your vibrational state. Quantum physics explains it this way: all particles change their form and properties when observed. In other words, your consciousness affects reality's results. This is no longer mystical language but a phenomenon science has confirmed. Do you know the famous double-slit experiment? Conducted by Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg in the 1920s? When electrons are fired, if unobserved, electrons behave like waves. But the moment they're observed, electrons become particles. In other words, the observer's consciousness determines reality's form. This isn't philosophy, it's measurable scientific fact. Then the next question is clear: if the emotions I feel now create reality, can I intentionally change those emotions to move toward the reality I want? The answer is yes, but most people stop here, because they try it the wrong way. I should think good thoughts. Let's see it positively. They only change words in their head while leaving emotional vibration unchanged. For example, someone is struggling with financial problems. They learn positive affirmations and say daily, "I am wealthy, I am abundant, money flows to me." But while saying these words, a corner of their heart constantly echoes with feelings of anxiety and doubt. This feels like a lie. Reality isn't like this. So what does the universe respond to? Not the words, but the emotion. What the universe responds to isn't words, but the energy state emanating from your entire being. So real change starts not from thoughts but from feelings. Drive. Joe Dispenza says in his book, "You are the placebo if you want to experience a new reality. You must create now the emotion of feeling as if that reality has already happened." In other words, feeling future emotions in the present is key. So ask yourself quietly, what emotion have I been habitually repeating lately? Anxiety? Fear? Anger? Fatigue? Irritation? Jealousy? Or gratitude? Peace? Joy? Love? Passion? Trust? The vibration sent out by the emotion you primarily dwell in has created your current relationships, financial state, health, and incoming opportunities. Not because of good or bad luck, just the universe's law operating precisely. There's good news. The moment you know this, you can consciously change your vibration. And when vibration changes, reality must follow. How do you change it? That's exactly what we'll deeply explore starting in the next chapter. Chapter 2. Reading Vibration: New Glasses to See the World. Let's look a little deeper into the world we live in. Our bodies are made of cells. Cells are made of atoms. Atoms consist of nuclei and electrons. But the actual material part occupies only a tiny fraction of total volume. The rest is mostly empty space. In other words, this seemingly solid world is all vibrating energy and space when you enter the micro world. Think of a fan blade. When it spins slowly, you see each blade. But when spinning very fast, we perceive it as one round disk. There are clearly gaps, but our eyes perceive a solid disk. Our bodies, objects, air, walls, even this sound, all actually vibrate this way, only appearing to have form. So this scene we call reality is one giant screen created by energy waves. Importantly, these energies aren't static, they constantly influence each other. And of course, your thoughts and emotions are no exception. Research has shown that electrical signals created in the brain waves, and magnetic field changes around the heart actually create waves in surrounding space, confirmed by numerous scientists. The Heart Math Institute discovered that the human heart generates an electrical field 60 times stronger than the brain, and a magnetic field 5,000 times stronger. And this heart's magnetic field extends up to 3 meters, about 10 feet outside the body, affecting others' brain waves. In other words, the emotions you feel aren't just yours, they're transmitted as waves to surrounding space and people. Interestingly, these scientific facts align precisely with ancient teachings. Kant said, "How we perceive constructs the world." Lao Tzu said, "A mind at one with the Tao flows with the world, not follows it." Buddha said, "Everything is created by the mind." Jesus said, "It will be done according to your faith." All these words converge into one. Reality begins first in the mind, and expressing that mind in more modern language is vibrational state. Princeton University's Pair Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Project spent 30 years researching whether human consciousness could affect random number generators. The results were astonishing. When people in meditation or focus states looked at machines with specific intentions, number patterns changed at statistically significant levels. Also, during major global events 9/11 terrorism, Princess Diana's funeral, random number generators worldwide simultaneously showed abnormal patterns. When millions entered the same emotional state simultaneously, Earth's entire energy field fluctuated. Now we know. Human consciousness directly affects physical reality. So we must ask, then what vibrational frequency are my body and mind connected to the world with now? We're accustomed to feeling tired, anxious, always insufficient. In that state, maintaining high frequency is difficult. Eventually we keep experiencing reality created by low vibration. But here a truly important possibility opens. Then, if I consciously change my vibration, won't reality follow? Yes, and that's the core topic we'll cover in the next chapter. Drive. David Hawkins in his book Power vs. Force, classified human emotions by vibration from 1 to 1000. Shame is 20, fear is 100, anger is 150. Meanwhile, courage is 200, love is 500, peace is 600. And amazingly, when one person maintains vibration above 500, they can counterbalance the low vibration of 750,000 people. Evidence of how powerful one person's high vibration is. Let me share a real story. In 1993, a study was conducted in Washington, D.C. 4,000 meditators gathered to meditate on peace for 2 months. The result? During those 2 months, violent crime in D.C. dropped by 23%. When meditation ended, crime rates returned to previous levels. This wasn't coincidence. When thousands held high vibrational states simultaneously, it affected the entire city's energy field. One person's vibration affects their surroundings. 10 people's vibration affects a community. 1,000 people's vibration affects a city. Your vibration right now is creating ripples in this world. So where are you now on this vibrational scale? And where do you want to rise to? That's what we'll explore in detail in the next chapter. Chapter 3. 7 Practices to Raise Vibration. What you can do today. From now on, this isn't theory but actual methods. After finishing this audiobook, 7 things you can try today. No grand rituals, no money needed, just some time and willingness. Practice 1 meditation and mindfulness, resetting vibration to 0.2 minutes. Many think meditation is difficult, religious, and time-consuming. But the essence is very simple. It's not eliminating thoughts, but practicing to observe arising thoughts as they are. In a quiet place, close your eyes and watch your breath for 3, 5, or 10 minutes. Breath comes in, breath goes out. Thoughts will intrude. That's okay. Just don't chase them. Worry is rising now. Now a past thought is emerging. Just this awareness reduces excessive beta waves in the brain, increases alpha and theta waves, releases body tension, and organizes energy. Meditation is cleaning the floor of vibration, a time to momentarily calm the inner chaos of anxiety and fear like a still lake. At first, even 3 minutes may feel long. But if you do it consistently for just 1 week, you'll clearly feel, I'm not swept away by emotions like before. A quiet space has formed inside me. That quiet space is exactly where high vibration can enter. Here's a simple meditation guide you can try right after this audiobook. Find a comfortable sitting position. Close your eyes gently. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. Now, simply observe your natural breathing. Don't control it. Just watch. When thoughts arise, and they will, simply notice thinking. Then gently return attention to your breath. That's it. Nothing complicated. Start with just 3 minutes daily. By day 7, you'll notice changes. By day 21, it becomes a habit. By day 30, it transforms your baseline emotional state. Practice 2 positive affirmation emotional visualization, reprogramming the unconscious 2 minutes. We think tens of thousands of thoughts daily. and most are similar to yesterday's. So life flows similarly to yesterday. Positive affirmations are inputting new commands into this automatic repeat pattern. But here's one crucial point. Don't just change words, change feelings together. Simply mechanically repeating "I'll be fine, I'll be wealthy" barely affects the unconscious. Instead, try this. Sit in a quiet place and close your eyes. Slowly say sentences like "I am enough," "I'm improving a little every day," "I'm connected to abundance," and envision the future you who's already that way. Feel as vividly as possible the expression, body sensation, surrounding space, sounds, and most importantly, the emotion felt in your chest. The brain cannot distinguish between actual experience and vividly imagined scenarios. So when this emotion repeats, the unconscious begins accepting new reality as default, and your vibration also tunes to that new frequency. Let me give you specific affirmations that are scientifically proven effective. For abundance, money flows to me easily and frequently. As you say this, feel the relief, the freedom, the gratitude of already having abundance. For relationships, I am surrounded by loving, supportive people. Feel the warmth, the connection, the joy of those relationships now. For health, my body is healing and becoming stronger every day. Feel the vitality, the energy, the wellness in your body now. The key isn't the words, it's the feeling the words generate. Spend just 5 minutes each morning doing this. Your unconscious will begin believing it. And when your unconscious believes it, your vibration shifts. And when your vibration shifts, your reality follows. Practice 3. Connecting with nature, immersing in the universe's original frequency. 1.5 minutes. Trees, wind, water, soil, bird songs, these are pure energy untouched by humans. Take a short walk in a park or trail. Do nothing, just look at the sky and trees, that's enough. If you feel your body becoming lighter, your mind clearer, it's not just mood. Your energy is synchronizing with nature's high vibration. If possible, walk barefoot on soil or grass. The so-called grounding earthing effect helps restore the body's electromagnetic balance. Scientific studies show that grounding reduces inflammation, improves sleep quality, decreases stress hormones, and increases energy levels, all within 30 minutes. Nature always sends the same message. You're not alone. You're already part of the vast flow. This assurance alone raises our vibration to a much smoother, more stable state. Try this simple nature practice. Find a tree, stand with your back against it, feel the trunk supporting you. Close your eyes, breathe with the tree for 5 minutes. You're exchanging energy with a living being that's been here longer than you, that's connected to the earth deeper than you, that transforms sunlight into life itself. This isn't mysticism. This is energy exchange. Practice 4. Body care, food and movement are also vibration. 1.5 minutes. We often think only changing the mind matters. But the house where the mind dwells is the body. When the body's energy is murky, maintaining high mental vibration is difficult. I'm not saying change everything immediately. Just change one of your 3 daily meals to lighter, more natural food. Processed foods, excessive sugar, and too much caffeine tend to make vibration heavy. Conversely, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and plenty of water keep energy clear and clean. Drive. Voltaire Longo's research at USC shows that what we eat directly affects our cellular vibration. High vibrational foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains, pure water, herbal teas. Low vibrational foods, processed foods with artificial ingredients, excessive sugar and refined carbs, alcohol in excess, foods eaten in negative emotional states. Interestingly, the emotional state while eating matters as much as what you eat. Food eaten in gratitude vibrates higher than the same food eaten in stress. And exercise daily for at least 20 minutes, walking, stretching, or gentle yoga. Exercise isn't just burning calories, it's wave cleaning, releasing stagnant energy and opening new energy flow. When you move your body, you're literally shaking loose stuck emotional energy. Practice 5. Rest and gratitude, the final switch to lock vibration. 1 minute. Many mistakenly think I must work harder to raise vibration. But real energy refills when you stop and rest. Before sleep, even just 1 to 2 minutes, slowly recall today. What moment was I grateful for today? Just one small thing is enough. Warm water, comfortable blanket, one word that made me smile. Recall that scene and quietly say in your mind, thank you. When feeling gratitude, the brain releases hormones like dopamine and serotonin, and the electromagnetic field's wavelength actually rises. That's why gratitude is the easiest and fastest vibration raising button. A Harvard study tracked 200 people for 10 years. Those who kept gratitude journals were 25% happier, slept better, averaged 30 minutes more per night, exercised more, 33% increase, had fewer physical complaints. Why? Because gratitude is a high-frequency emotion that literally rewires your brain. Practice 6 good people and environment. Your surroundings are your vibration. 1 minute. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just a saying, it's an energy law. When around negative, complaining, victim-minded people, your vibration naturally lowers. Conversely, around positive, grateful, growth-oriented people, your vibration naturally rises. Environment matters too. Dark rooms, cluttered spaces, noisy environments lower vibration. Clean spaces, natural light, plants, good music raise vibration. Within what you can control, gradually organize your environment. Mirror neurons in your brain literally mirror the emotional states of people around you. If you're constantly around anxious people, your brain starts producing anxiety. If you're around joyful people, your brain starts producing joy. This isn't weakness, it's neuroscience. Choose your environment wisely. It's choosing your vibrational frequency. Practice 7 creation and service, the highest vibrational acts. 1 minute. When we create something, drawing, writing, making music, we connect directly with the universe's creative energy. And when helping others or practicing giving, our vibration reaches its highest level. Because love and connection are the universe's essence. Start small. Smile at someone on the street. Send an encouraging message to a friend. Give small help to someone in need. When these acts accumulate, your vibration naturally moves to a higher dimension. Research by the Cleveland Clinic shows that people who regularly volunteer have 22% lower mortality rate, lower blood pressure, less depression, greater life satisfaction. Why? Because service is the highest vibration. When you give, you're affirming I have enough to share. That's an abundant frequency, and abundance attracts abundance. Meditation, affirmation and visualization, nature exercise, gratitude and rest, good environment, creation and service. These 7 aren't separate habits. They interlock to create one energy circuit. Do you need to do all 7? No. Pick just one that resonates with you. Do it daily for 30 days. That one practice will begin shifting your entire vibrational frequency. Chapter 4. Why it doesn't work for some. Understanding unconscious vibration. Many people say this. I tried to think positively too. I repeated good words, watched lots of videos, but reality stayed the same. Hidden in these words is an important truth. What the universe hears isn't thought sentences, but the deep unconscious vibration beneath them. The mind we consciously perceive is just a small part above the iceberg's surface. Freud and Jung said the unconscious is far more powerful than the conscious mind. In fact, according to neuroscience research, 95% of our decisions come from the unconscious. If outwardly you say, I'll be fine, I'll succeed, but deep unconscious echoes continuously with, I've always been insufficient. This is just who I am. With low vibration, the universe responds to that deep vibration. So how can you change this unconscious vibration? The secret lies in repeated emotional experiences. The unconscious believes frequently felt emotions more than logical explanations. So we must daily, even briefly, recall the me already living the desired life, and feel the comfort, freedom, and joy of that moment. At first, it feels awkward, fake, like what am I doing? But our brain and unconscious determine identity based on repeated emotions. This is me. When that emotion repeats enough, imagination feels like memory, and memory becomes new belief, and that belief changes your vibration, and eventually rewrites reality's patterns. Changing the unconscious isn't one inspiring commitment, but daily accumulated gentle emotional practice. Let me share the neuroscience behind this. Drive. Bruce Lipton's research in epigenetics shows that beliefs literally change which genes are expressed in your cells. When you believe I am healthy, cells actually start operating healthily. When you believe I am weak, cells respond accordingly. Belief isn't just thought, it's biological command. Here's a powerful technique to reprogram your unconscious. The evening review practice. Before sleep, spend 5 minutes reviewing your day. But with a twist. Don't review what actually happened. Review what you wished had happened. Had a difficult conversation? Replay it going smoothly. Felt anxious about money? Replay yourself feeling abundant. Felt lonely? Replay yourself feeling connected. Your unconscious cannot tell the difference between real memory, vividly imagined experience. So when you review desired reality with full emotional engagement, your unconscious starts accepting it as real memory. Do this for 30 days. Your unconscious will begin believing the new version. And here's something crucial to understand. Internal conflict blocks manifestation. Many people want wealth but believe rich people are bad. Want love but believe I don't deserve it. Want success but fear people will judge me. These conflicting beliefs create contradictory vibrational signals. The universe receives I want this, and I fear this, simultaneously. Result? Confusion, stagnation, mixed results. Solution? Shadow work. Uncover hidden limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, what do I secretly believe about money, love, or success? Write freely for 10 minutes without censoring. You'll be surprised what emerges. Then, consciously choose new beliefs. Money is evil. Money is a tool for good. I'm unlovable. I am worthy of love simply by existing. Success means loneliness. Success expands my capacity to connect. Repeat new beliefs with feeling daily. Within weeks, the old neural pathways weaken. New pathways strengthen. Your vibration shifts. Chapter 5. The 30-day experiment. Now, I've shared all the core insights of this audiobook. Everything in the world is energy. Your thoughts and emotions affect reality as vibration. Vibration starts from emotional state, not thoughts. Meditation, affirmation, visualization, nature, body care, gratitude, environment, creation and service are actual tools to change vibration. And the universe responds to unconscious vibration, not words. What remains is, will you leave this as knowledge, or will you experiment? I propose just one thing. For the next 30 days, do just one thing you heard today, every day. 10 minutes daily meditation, 5 minutes gratitude journal, 3 minutes visualization before sleep, 1 moment gazing at nature daily. Any method is fine. Importantly, it doesn't need to be perfect. Vibration doesn't change suddenly like lightning. It gradually tunes and rises. Then at some moment, you might suddenly realize, my attitude toward people has changed lately. I would have been angry in this situation before, but strangely it just passed. Good news seems to come more often than before. When these small changes accumulate, your reality is already moving to another dimension. Let me share real transformation stories. Case 1. 42-year-old office worker, Sarah. I'd been in the same company, same position for 10 years. No promotion, salary stagnant. I started meditation and visualization. 3 weeks later, my boss suddenly called me for a new project. 6 months later, I was promoted to team leader. But here's what really changed. I stopped being a victim. I stopped complaining. And the moment I changed that vibration, opportunities I'd never noticed before became visible. Case 2. 67-year-old retiree, Robert. My relationship with my wife had been cold for over 20 years. No conversation, no warmth. I started writing gratitude journals about her. Small things: she made coffee, she smiled at me. Within 2 months, I started noticing her small kindnesses. I began speaking warmly first. She started changing too. Now, At 67, we feel like newlyweds, not because she changed, because my vibration changed. Case 3, 35-year-old freelancer, Maya. Unstable income kept me constantly anxious. I started connecting with nature daily. Just 10 minutes in the park. My mind stabilized, and mysteriously, good clients started contacting me. Now I have enough work to be selective. What changed? Not my skills, my vibrational frequency. What's common among them? Not special talent, money, or connections. They just consciously started changing their vibration. The universe always responds to our vibration. The problem was just that we unconsciously kept repeating the same wavelength. From now on, turn that repetition into conscious choice. What vibration will I send to the world today? Just that one question alone will start your day flowing in a different direction than before. And 30 days later, you'll definitely feel, I'm really changing. Your vibration is your future. Thank you for listening to this audiobook until the end. You've already taken the first step. Right now, your energy is, very subtly but clearly being tuned. From today, put down the fight to change reality for a moment, and instead focus on practicing to refine my vibration. When vibration changes, reality must follow. I'd like to share my favorite quote from Rumi. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Don't try to change the world. Change your own vibration. Then the world changes by itself. And remember, you are not alone. Every time you raise this vibration, the people around you, your loved ones, and this entire world's vibration rises together. One person's high vibration affects hundreds of thousands. This one step you chose today is not just making you, but this world a little brighter. Moving forward, this channel will consistently share the law of attraction, Stoic philosophy, quotes from successful people, positive affirmations and stories that maintain peace of mind. I hope to become a quiet sanctuary, where you can return and recharge energy, whenever you're tired and shaken. Remember, the vibration you feel now, is calling your tomorrow, the day after, and your future. Thank you for being with me today until the end. I sincerely support the first beginning of your new frequency. You are already worthy enough, deserve to be loved, and have the power to live the life you want. Don't forget that. And from today, consciously choose your vibration. Your life can begin completely anew. From this very moment. Thank you.